Today being June 21st, welcome to the official start of summer. We've been waiting. All right, with only 2 doses of the Sobrana 2, reached 62% efficacy. That was a tweet on Saturday. Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel tweeted that the result has been confirmed by an independent committee with the Finlay Institute, but the emergency use of the vaccine is yet to be approved by the Cuban regulatory agency. The efficacy, he says, of Sobrana 2 in its 2 doses exceeds the requirements of the World Health Organization for a vaccine candidate against COVID-19 to become an effective vaccine, which is 50%. Canel tweeted, adding that data on the 3-shot Sobranas Plus vaccine will be available soon. Cuba has developed 5 promising vaccine candidates: Sobrana 1, 2, and Sobrana Plus, Mambisa, and Abdala. Over 4.3 million people have participated in trials of the Sobrana 2 and Abdala vaccines, and that's according to Cuba's health ministry. From Barbados, Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, on Saturday announced that her administration has put together plans for the country to start reopening on June 30th. Speaking during a COVID-19 media conference on Saturday afternoon, Mottley said the curfew will be removed completely as of June 30th. She, however, stated that the country is not yet ready for mass events, and based on this, the annual Crop Over Festival will not be held. The Prime Minister added that other regulated events will be permitted, and the government will allow promoters to have parties that are limited to 150 people in one location. Concerning the tourism industry, Mottley said that Barbados will create a bubble for fully vaccinated passengers from low-risk Caribbean countries, and those with a negative PCR test can immediately enter from June 30th. She added her administration has also set a tentative date of July 16th for the resumption of spectators at sporting events. And here at home, Chief Surgeon and Medical Chief of Staff at the JNF Hospital, Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, stated that a significant proportion of the persons who are being infected with COVID-19 are unvaccinated, with just a few having recently received their first shot. He said there had been no incidents of infection in a fully vaccinated adult. Mr. Wilkinson stated that authorities promised to do a detailed analysis and provide the public with that information in due course. Dr. Cameron Wilkinson stated that a significant portion of those who were infected are persons who were misled and divided by socioeconomics and politics. They were misled into believing that they would wait for a better vaccine. They were misled into believing that if they took vitamins and became as strong as an ox, they will be protected from this deadly virus, so said Dr. Wilkinson. He stated that people were misled believing that they had the freedom of choice, but not told that one choice gave them a fighting chance at life, while the other would lead to illness, hospitalization, and even death. Chief Surgeon stated that people were tricked into believing that it was a personal choice and not that their decision would have far-reaching consequences for others, including their homes, places of business, and places of worship. I have said before and will repeat again, anyone who tells you not to go forward and take the vaccine if you are eligible cannot have your best interest at heart, your family, or your country. He advised the people to get vaccinated and gave a message to those who are not yet protected through vaccination. Quote, if your neighbor's house is ablaze while they unknowingly slept inside with their family, to prevent them from being consumed, you will shout, fire, fire. Get out now. Your unvaccinated neighbors, your co-workers, your friends and family are in danger of being consumed by this virus. The message to them should be crystal clear. Vaccinate, vaccinate. Go out and get vaccinated, explained Dr. Wilkinson. All right. And in line with all of that, as we know, we are in some trying times here in the world really, but let's concentrate on our region and our state. Things could get worse before they get better here in this region. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's examine our current economic situation and some of the factors that may impact what the future will look like. So, to do that, let's talk about tourism, let's talk about COVID-19, and let's talk about hurricanes in this hurricane season. And let's put those three things into the same pot and see what kind of recipe we come up with. Now, tourism, travel and tourism, one of the most important economic sectors in the region. Over 46 million international travelers came to this region in 2016. That's they spent some 31 billion US dollars, which supported a total of 56 billion in GDP and 2.4 million jobs. In many Caribbean countries, tourism accounts for over 25% of GDP. That's more than double the world average of 10.4%. It is therefore vital to the Caribbean economy that travel and tourism build in some sort of resilience so as to facilitate speedy recovery after severe hurricanes, right? Of particular note, we all remember, when we look back to September of 2017, Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Those hurricanes had a major impact on destinations in the region, such as the BVI, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, and Puerto Rico. Although most of the other islands were not damaged. The impact of those 2017 hurricanes in that season on the Caribbean travel and tourism sector was significant. And while the islands which were directly hit were worst affected, other islands which were not in the path of the hurricanes also suffered. According to a report from the Caribbean Tourism Organization, the Caribbean lost more than $1 billion in tourism revenue after hurricanes deterred visitors during the costliest storm season on record, and recovery efforts was estimated at some $6 billion. Hurricanes Irma and Maria devastated those islands that I mentioned, but tourism suffered even in areas whose beaches and resorts were unaffected by the storms. The Caribbean Tourism Organization reports that in the aftermath of these hurricanes, all of their travel partners, without exception, called in and said that they had heard that the Caribbean was closed because to them, once they hear there are storms in the Caribbean, people in far distant land usually think of it as, oh, okay, the whole Caribbean mashup. That's their thinking. So although more than 2/3 of the destination in the Caribbean were not physically affected, there was the public misconception that the entire Caribbean was damaged. So, media coverage of the storms with all the falling trees and ripped off roofs and destroyed beaches due to the storm surges contributed to a perception that the entire region had suffered equally. As a result, visitors who were looking for vacations skip the Caribbean because on their TV screen they're seeing the Caribbean is devastated. They don't look at it as individual countries. All the more reasons why we should think of ourselves as one. Maria was indeed a major hurricane with winds 150 and above, causing estimated $9 billion in damage to Puerto Rico alone. The island went without power for months, and at this point, Puerto Rico still have some residual effects from that hurricane. Many of the residents had to flee that island, went off to the mainland and so on, and still are not able to come back because of those hurricanes some 3-4 years ago. Irma killed dozens and devastated housing, power supplies, communications in various parts of the Caribbean, leaving some of those islands almost cut off from the rest of the world at that time. Even in Cuba, where tourism is one of the few bright spots in its ailing economy, also took a hit in the wake of Irma. Research suggests that recovery to previous levels could take up to 4 years, as was suggested after that hurricane. And the region then missed out on some $3 billion over the time frame. So, now, today is the start of summer. This month is the start of hurricane season. So, we're in it. When disaster strikes, governments and citizens in these at-risk countries have protocols to respond, including the shelters to protect displaced and affected populations. There are emergency plans for geographically vulnerable locations. Leaders and citizens know they must always be ready to respond and begin this new process of recovery. So this year, however, countries will need to develop a new plan, because the economic recession brought on by COVID-19 pandemic is now part of the equation. In the field of disaster risk management, when a new risk appears in an already risky situation, we call it a compound risk. So the COVID-19 pandemic means communities need to prepare even more thoroughly for disasters, as resources are limited or have been reallocated to respond to the health crisis. In simple terms, the economic and health impact of COVID-19 are making the already disaster-prone countries more vulnerable than ever before. The Caribbean region in particular has been hit hard. And the current crisis, which began somewhere back in March of last year, with the lockdown measures, put the tourism industry on hold to curtail the spread of the virus. Since tourism is one of the most important economic sectors in the region, it follows that the countries are now struggling to make ends meet. And to make matters worse, we are now in the hurricane season, and none of us know what is to come our way. Those are my thoughts. I would love to hear yours. After we take a break, the lines will be open for your thoughts. Join me in conversation, 465-2555 and 718-577-2916 whenever we come back from the break.
It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gon' be safe. Everybody gon' be safe. One kind, one people. We are roll up to roll up, cause no man's alone. Do what's right, alright. Cause I love you, brother, my sister. And we're in this together, my sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us, yeah. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and, most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same, because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
it's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gon' be safe. Everybody gon' be safe. One kind, one people. We are roll up to roll up, cause no man's alone. Do what's right, cause I love you, brother, my sister. And we're in this together, my sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah. It's better for us, yeah. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up, to roll out.
The first is the start of the summer, official start of summer. And with summer comes warm weather and hurricane like the warm weather. So we're talking about hurricanes, tourism, COVID, all in the mix, see what happens. Let's go to the phones. Good morning, welcome to Frank and Candid.
Tony, good morning.
Hey.
That's a problem, you know.
Yes, you do?
You got to limit yourself to give us them fair chance into 12 o'clock to say what they got to say. You're taking up too much time.
You're taking up a lot of time.
The place, you know, man, disrespectful, but I straight on the wool.
You're taking up a lot of time.
Let
What
me
you
do
got to
it
say?
right.
What you got to say?
Something.
Yes, go ahead.
I was listening to Common Tree
Yeah.
with my good friend Dwyer, but Dwyer going wrong, you know. Dwyer going wrong. I don't want Dwyer to no jam down saying he going wrong. Mark Brantley got come and explain himself. Because I think it's a name is one and no politician supposed to be using them kind of language. And brother Mark, understand, you know, you can't play on the back foot, you know, you gotta come forward. You know, you see what Rick Terry? You gotta come forward to El Camino Willet. We ain't stupid. When we elect as politicians, I don't know where it's saying to us. Think it's Nevis is 1 year the premier. You have a prime minister. You cannot talk inside the pandemic. And you have all this country apologize. Do you can't come and do that for you? Tony, have a good day.
All right.
See you when I see you.
See you when I see you.
The public will hear me more tonight. Not on the topic.
Okay.
Not on the topic, another topic.
All right. Thank you. For the benefit of the public, remember there's an NEOC briefing today at 5 p.m. So be sure to tune in to that, I said, at 5 o'clock for NEOC briefing. All right, we're going back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Hello, good morning, Tony.
Hey, good morning, family.
Yeah, man, happy after yesterday.
Okay.
You remember 1968 when the greatest calypsonian in the world, Mighty Power the Body, he had a little illness.
Oh.
And yeah, a small little pneumonia. He was in the hospital. And you're going to tell me a big printing press, established printing press, come print it on the newspapers. Extra, extra. You remember it? Read all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the body dead, he dead.
Mm-hmm.
And when I realized that, I said, well, my God, Sparrow dead, boy, what are we going to do? But then Sparrow beat the count and he get up. And he come out and he let them know he ain't dead. Now, how in the world people who ain't killed Sparrow, who ain't see him dead, they could go out there with a bare face, no heart, no conscience, go print that Sparrow dead? Well, that disease is still going on today. And I have learned my lesson well from 1968 when this is Sparrow dead and this is Sparrow here. So I don't listen to sidewalk melee. I listen to information from the source that gave the positive and the correct, rightful information. Now, this COVID thing here, some people don't understand. They understand, but they're playing stupid. COVID has no exception attached to it. Not the front, back, left, right, now, right side. None exception. Whosoever will are going to move you out the way with death. So, it's like we on a battlefield, a desert, and you have the COVID over one end, and we, these of us who want to survive with our life, we on the other end. COVID has the weapon them throwing at us, and we who want to live, we're supposed to have our shield. That when COVID leg a dart, we block it, kill it, So when he ain't get to penetrate them shield and kill us, he gonna go somewhere else. That is all it takes. Boy saying that, boy mean doing the right thing. You cannot be a hunter going in the mountain with your hand them and you ain't got your weapon. Now I hear something on the news as usual, and I know you heard it too. What going on up there in Africa, especially Nigeria? There is where I'm concerned about. You mean every time you turn on the news, so you could hear these hundreds of motorcycle hoodlums, bandits, up and down the place, kidnapping people, children and teachers, kidnapping them, and then some of them end up shooting at them and killing some. I want to know if no organization in Nigeria, Africa, could stand up to them and solve the problem. Let them done with this foolishness. Nobody from Sink is supposed to buy a ticket and go Africa, Nigeria, go tell them done with that. We ain't supposed to do that. We ain't even recognized on the world map. Just a pen nib. So them people up there in Africa, they need to clean up the act, stop them people from killing people. It ain't so good. Africa is Africa. It ain't white people out there kidnap people. If them African black people up there kidnap people, children, they need to be done with that. Thank you, Tony.
All right. And
Okay.
just as you speak, I think there were 4 kidnappings, was it this morning? All right, back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome.
Greetings in the name of our great African ancestors, especially the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Queen Enzing. God bless you, my beloved African. But how are you, the family?
All doing well. How are you?
Good, man. Good. And the clan is good. No, but the culture, you see, that's what religion will do to you, to some African people, beloved. Got more respect for religion than your race. And that's what's going on the African continent, but the culture. When it's not Christianity, it's Islam, other kind of thing. You see it right there in the Caribbean, but it's not as extreme and thing. You know, these idiots that kill and kidnap, man. We got to get rid of those traitors out of the race, whether it's on the African continent or in the Caribbean, anywhere in the African diaspora. Now, brother, let me speak about Cuba, beloved brother. A lot of people, I don't know, but a lot of people, a lot of people from St. Kitts Nevis, just let me deal with St. Kitts Nevis and Anguilla at that time too, because I was St. Kitts Nevis and Anguilla at that time. Went to Cuba to cut sugar cane, beloved, in the 40s, early 50s, and when Batista was around, a wicked piece of crap, beloved. And I personally had 2 great uncles who went. Never know them, because they went before I was born, beloved. So, but let me say, our people, so some of them is still alive, our families. That's one of the main reasons I have this connect, love, appreciation, and thing is President Fidel Castro and the Cuban Revolution, and how they're being great to African people throughout the world.
I think I lost the caller there. All right, let's try the next one. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Good morning, Brother Tony.
Hey, good morning.
Enough respect for the people of this Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Want to wish everybody all the best. And all the fathers, all we fathers, I want to wish all the conscious, loving fathers who take care of the children, whether in the diaspora or you're here in the Federation. I want to wish you all the best and continue, not because they're big, continue to look for your children, because those are your children. If they get out of hand, you ain't have no choice about that. You know, they're on their own now, when they come man and no man. Now, Tony, I listened to Jam Down just now. And you know that these people like Roy Astafan and others, they ain't about what's going on with the corona, no. As far as I can stand the corona, I can wash what think it, because he don't live long enough for that. You understand? All what he wants, just to divide Mark Brantley and Timothy. You know, he and the rest of them. But I as we say, we are 98% literate. I do not believe the people of this federation, of St. Kitts and Nevis, see how a unity government functions so good. For the last maybe 6, going to 7 years. And right now under a pandemic, we're killing out, destroying the whole world. So many countries got to shut down, can't find food to eat. But we know a little federation where God has to bless. We are coming through, and we will get over this. So these men, they're just pointful, they're wicked and they're bad because of whatever I do now against Dr. Harris. But I want to tell all of them, Dr. Harris is a God-blessed child. Whether he's in politics or not, Dr. Harris is going to be safe. Because he's a God-blessed child, he's an anointed child. That's why this country is so anointed. Because we got an anointed leader, anointed by God. Tony, you have a wonderful day. God bless you and keep you. Somebody else want a chance. Good morning, culture.
All right. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, Tony.
Yes, sir.
I want to tell these politicians in St. Kitts and Nevis, an extension in the Caribbean. The Caribbean people ain't stupid no more, eh? And we understand politics. God bless the days when we had man like Cecil Robert, Victor 1, Seed 1, Fast Walk, my friend.